Before you compare your life to anyone else's, before you decide you're behind, before you label your journey as not enough, pause. Because if you've felt pressure lately, if you've been doubting your progress, if you've been scrolling and thinking, why am I not there yet? Then this is the message for you. Tonight, we're unlocking one of the most misunderstood universal laws, the Law of Relativity. Comment below, I am enough right now, to anchor this in. Stay with me. This one changes how you see everything. Every one of us lives inside of a story about where we should be, how fast we should be moving, how much we should have achieved by now. But most of these stories, they're not ours. They're handed to us by family, society, social media, timelines that were never designed for the life that we are actually living. The law of relativity steps in and says, nothing in your life is good or bad until you compare it to something else. Everything simply is. And the meaning you give it is what transforms your reality. The law of relativity is simple and profound. Your experiences only gain meaning through comparison, which means every struggle, every delay, every challenge becomes heavier or lighter depending on what you measure it against. You might think you're moving slowly until you compare where you are today to the version of you from 5 years ago who would have begged for the strength, the resilience, the clarity you have right now. You might think you're behind until you realize the journey you're on is uniquely built for your growth, your timing, your becoming. Nothing in your life exists in isolation. It all exists in relation to everything else. And when you change what you compare yourself to, you change the meaning of your entire reality. The law of relativity isn't about pretending your challenges don't exist. It's about looking at them with a different lens. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? The law invites you to ask, what if this is happening for me? What if this is shaping me in ways I can't yet see? Perspective becomes your power. Comparison becomes your teacher, not your enemy. When you stop comparing yourself to someone else's timeline and start comparing yourself only to who you were yesterday, stress dissolves, shame evaporates, clarity returns, and life stops feeling like a race you're losing and starts becoming a journey you're leading. This is where the law of relativity becomes life-changing. Your circumstances are neutral. Your interpretations create your experience. A closed door could be a rejection or protection. A delay could be a failure or preparation. A challenge could be a burden or the exact strength training your future is requiring. When you remember that every moment is only defined by what you compare it to, you reclaim power over your emotional reality. Your life stops controlling you. You start shaping it. Here's the truth you've needed to hear. You aren't late. You aren't behind. You aren't failing. You're living a timeline that no one else on earth could live. Your story has different lessons, different seasons, different pacing, because it's leading you somewhere only you were built to go. The law of relativity frees you from the illusion that you're supposed to be where someone else is. You are exactly where your soul is meant to be. And when you stand in that truth, the pressure breaks, the clarity rises, and your next chapter finally opens. Comment below, my timing is perfect if this landed for you. The law of relativity teaches us that meaning is a choice, perspective is a tool, comparison is neutral, and your journey is unfolding at the pace required for the person you are becoming. When you stop measuring your progress against someone else's life, you rediscover the truth. You're already enough. You're already progressing. and you're already on the right path. Breathe that in and carry it with you. Let it rewrite your story. As always, I'm Fish, and this is the Cosmic Ballet. Change your rhythm, change your mindset, but most importantly, change your life.